Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy, love and light. I don't know about you, but when I picked up my phone today, I just keep continually seeing 1111, and that was the time when I went from one space to the next and gathered up all my stuff that I would need where I was going, whatever. So I've been seeing 1111 continually, like all the time. And it's been almost daily, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day for the last 2 weeks. And 1111 is an angel number or a spiritual number that pretty much signifies, awareness and ascension, understanding that we are not set in a trap where we have to, you know, work or live or be or think the way that whoever wants everyone, right, to feel and believe, that they're limited, that you know, there's a cap on their potential. Sometimes you get that mindset from people that have some type of authority or domination. Sometimes people who take a position or a role in your life where maybe they play the role of an elder, where they're supposed to be like filled with wisdom and knowledge, but really they're filled with bitterness and resentment, and they don't really want you to become more and more aware that you have the ability to stand up and break free and, reach for the stars, quite literally. Because there is absolutely nowhere or nothing that we can't accomplish in our life with the right mindset. Meaning that if you have the ability to pivot your perception on any one particular, thing, person, place, mindset, situation, it could come in a multitude of forms, right? But if you have the ability to view life from a higher place or a better, clearer view where the picture doesn't have any type of obstruction blurring your view, then you would realize that your potential is endless and that there's a whole new world out there for you, waiting for you to notice and to step into. And we can do this quite easily by believing in ourselves, practicing all forms of self-care, self-love, right? Self-care is self-love. Self-love is self-care. Because what you're doing is you're applying motion and attention to your physical vessel, your mental state, your emotional being, and your spirituality, right? Cultivating and migrating through different stages of you so that you could be shown your true path without any type of illusion or obstruction. So if you find yourself in a position where an outdated or a stuck, if you will, mindset is trying to lead you by example or by words or by domination in a manner, a way that is more comfortable for them to be able to still feel in control, and you feel suppressed, then give me a call. because I'll remind you that everybody is on the same playing field, and not one person has the ability, the right, or the privilege to try to suppress another person, regardless of what the intention may or may not be. So some people try to put their view prevalent because they feel it's the right view, and that many would benefit by walking in their shoe. But the reality is, we were all born with our own feet, and our feet only truly fit our shoes, meaning that the journey is ours to walk. We can't walk in someone else's shoes. You know, like that old saying, gonna walk in my daddy's shoes. Well, no, you're gonna walk in your shoes, but you're gonna walk the same path your daddy took. So, with that pivoted mindset, right, then that means that you're not forced to take the steps that were taken before you. That you have the free will and the ability to step on that path you may be following in your own direction, like in your own way. You may want to skip, you may want to step to the side, you may want to twirl around, you may want to jump to the sky, but that's taking your individuality and implementing it into a path that you may be following because you've been directed that you can't create your own path. So you try to divert your own little flare into someone else's path. You don't have to do that. I'm here to tell you that that is absolutely something that you do not have to do. It's actually, suggested that you don't do that. It's suggested that you try to migrate life by using the value and the lessons of maybe the things, the tests, the quizzes, the life hiccups that may have come to someone else and how they rolled with it, and try to adapt it somehow to what you're doing. But I would definitely check with my spirit team. I would definitely migrate my own path. And regardless of how chaotic you think your path is, if you're being led and you're following your steps, then that chaos is there to teach you that no matter what diversity comes your way, you have the ability to stand tall, to see past it all, and continue to migrate your path. Not everybody wants to hear this, but it's free will lets you do what you want. So it's consequences, cause and effect, good, bad, or indifferent for every action, every response, every motion, every movement that we make, that we think, that we speak. It's all the same. If we're doing it, it's motion. And eventually, that motion will come back to us in the way that we're giving it. So keep that in mind too. And if you find yourself following another path, but then see that a door opens up for you, it's okay to take a left or a right and to go into a different direction. Because not everybody was meant to do the same thing, to bring the same gifts to the table. We're all individuals. We all have our own path. I'm a bit tongue-tied today, so I guess they don't want you to know. But I want you to know, and the divine wants you to know. And I've tried to make this video a few times already. and one thing or another has stepped in the way and pushed it out. But maybe this just might be the last time I make the video. We'll see. If you need me, I'm always here. Life could be confusing, but that's where your discernment comes into play. And that's where standing tall and looking above it all will help you navigate any chaos that may be your way. My lovely collective, I'm sending you clarity, wisdom, discernment, and a whole lot of loving light. Blessed be my lovely collective family.